Lesson 9 is about empowering students. They have learned about COVID-19, the science of it, how it has impacted their own communities and other communities, and how it has affected different groups differently because of inequities. Students may have expressed many emotions throughout the unit, including feeling scared, angry, sad, frustrated, and tired. You've talked about things we can do to keep ourselves, our families, and our communities safer. In this lesson, students will plan for and take action, thinking about who they want to impact and how they want to impact them.
What better way to celebrate and respect that identity formation as scientists than giving them freedom to create their own ways of sharing their knowledge and really value the ways that kids communicate with each other and with the world. And the kids came up with using their voice to tell others about coronavirus or any other topic. They came up with making posters to put around the school to share with other children. They came up with making a song, which we use music a lot in our room. So that was cool to see them tie one part of their learning to another. Do experiments with others, so taking what they had learned in their experience, in the experiments at school, and taking it home to their families, or doing it with friends, or sharing how they did it with friends. And then the last one was making a play, which I did not expect them to come up with, but many of the kids were really excited about that idea, and about half of our class did it.
One example of students taking action that happened at my school was shared by a teacher on my team. Students in his class decided to write cards to hospital workers at a hospital where a family member actually worked. Then the students gave those cards to the hospital workers, and they were lucky enough to receive some video messages in reply, sharing their gratitude for the messages that the students had sent. The students were thrilled to see the videos from the hospital workers and receive the encouragement from them as well.
I was really impressed with the range of actions that my students took at the end of this unit. I had everything from writing books to wearing masks. And so some of the things that my students did was write their own books or comic books about what COVID is and how it affects communities of color differently and what systemic racism is. I had a lot of students create Black Lives Matter signs or posters thanking essential workers that they then put up in the front window of their homes. I had one family donate PPE and food and money to shelters and organizations in my area. I had a lot of students commit to wearing masks and ensuring that they're keeping their distance from people outside of their family. And they explained, well, I want to keep my family safe and I want to keep myself safe. And so this is why I'm going to be wearing the masks. And this is why I'm going to keep the distance. I also had a student make a video explaining and showing how to properly wash your hands to stay safe. And another student filmed a commercial about him explaining what COVID-19 is, what systemic racism is, and how they interact with one another. It's very important for students to take part in an action plan and take action steps so that they aren't feeling that they don't have any say or any impact or any control over creating change. And it was really important for students to see that, yeah, even as second graders, they can make a change, they can make an impact, they can teach other people about what the COVID-19 pandemic is and what systemic racism is and what health inequity is. So it was really important for students to continue having ownership over their learning by then taking part in their own action plan that they created on their own.